Now, as we are aware that what exactly is lens, let us talk about the various terms related to lenses. Again, going back, like the terms we had done for mirror, like center of curvature, radius of curvature, the similar terms are there for lenses also. There is a bit of difference in one or two definitions. So let us see what exactly is the thing over here. First, I am going to draw the diagram. It's going to be like this, because you have to take two spherical spheres basically, and this is how you are going to get this thing. So here this is a convex lens that you are getting, because we have taken two spheres. Now here there is going to be one center, here there is going to be one center, and we are going to take this line, and here there is one more. I am going to explain you everything. This is how, if the question comes for let's say 2 or 3 marks, you have to draw the diagram and you should know that what exactly and what are the things that you are supposed to draw over here. Then here you are going to take F1, here you are going to take F2, and this is O, and then you can name it as M dash. Any other denotation also you can use. So this is how you are getting the convex lens. We have taken the example of convex lens. So let us start with the first definition that we are going to talk about is center of curvature. Center of curvature. So now here, as you can see, because we have two spheres, there are two center of curvature. So you are going to name it as C1 and C2. And how you are going to define it? The center of the spheres from which the lens has been extracted or drawn out is known as the center of curvature. For a lens, there are two center of curvatures. This is the important point that you have to remember. Rest of the thing is same as that of the mirror. Again, repeating the definition, it is a center of the sphere from which we have taken the from which we have taken out the lens. And here for a lens we have two center of curvatures, C1 and C2. The next definition that we have is principal axis. So now this principal axis will remain same as that of the mirror. There is not much of a change. So how are you going to define it? That it is an imaginary line. The first word that you are going to use it is imaginary line, because when we do an experiment, when we keep the lens or when we keep the mirrors, there is no line as such that we can see that this is a principal axis. So it's a basically imaginary line that passes through the two center of curvatures. So this line that is passing through both the center of curvatures is the principal axis. Okay. Now another important definition, that this is the second point. The third point that we have to discuss is the optical center. Optical center. Now if you remember, in case of mirrors there was one thing called pole, if you remember. So it was like this. If this is a concave mirror, the central part of it we called it pole, and pole basically divides any of the mirror into two equal halves. So here instead of pole, what do we have? We have the optical center. So this is how you are going to define it. This is the geometrical center of lens. So here exactly it lies. And why I was telling you that you have to draw the diagram exactly like I have drawn over here, because this line that I have drawn in the middle, that is passing through this optical center, is the most important one. When you will be drawing the ray diagrams, the refraction that you are going to show is going to take place from this line only. So this is a point which is the optical center, and this is a line that is basically dividing this lens into two equal halves vertically. Okay. So optical center is what? It is a geometrical center of the lens. Now another important thing about optical center is that all the distances in case of lenses, whether it is a concave lens or a convex lens, distances are measured from optical center. Now in case of mirror, what was the criteria? That all the distances were measured from pole. Now here in case of lens we do not have a pole, so all the distances are measured from optical center. Either the distance from the left hand on the left hand side or the right hand side, all will start from optical center. So now again we'll repeat first three definitions, these three definitions. Center of curvature is the center of the spheres from which we have taken out the lens. So now in case of lens, we have two center of curvatures because we have taken two spheres. Second is the principal axis. It is nothing but it is an imaginary line that basically passes through both the center of curvature, C1 and C2, both the center of curvature. And third is the optical center, that is the geometrical center of the lens. And what you have to remember, in case of lens, all the distances are measured from optical center, like in case of mirrors, the distances were measured from pole. Now, the next definition that we have to talk about is aperture. So, this was also there in case of mirrors. So, now what exactly is aperture for lenses? It is the effective diameter of the surface of a lens. So again, I'm emphasizing that whenever you will draw the ray diagrams, you have to show this middle line, because this line that I had mentioned earlier, which is M dash and N dash, you can name it accordingly. This line is nothing but it is the aperture or the effective diameter of the lens, and this is the line from which you are going to show refraction. In any of the ray diagrams, you are not going to bend the rays unless the ray reaches a effective diameter. I'll show you one example. Let's say we have a convex lens, and this is a aperture of it, and you are drawing a ray diagram. Now we all know that convex lens is a converging lens. So when the light ray will come, you are going to show it till here, the straight line till here, and then you are going to bend it. You cannot bend it like this. The bending will take place once it reaches a effective diameter or the aperture of the lens. So this is the fourth definition that we have to talk. Fifth is the principal focus. Now again, this definition was there in case of mirrors as well. So what exactly it is? It is a point on the principal axis, where all parallel rays meet to give you image. Now here I have not mentioned, I am only talking about the convex lens over here. If you see what I have said, that point on the principal axis where all parallel rays meet to give you the image. Now this is a convex lens and this is a concave lens. Okay. Now we have to draw this aperture in both the lenses. So this is the aperture for both the lenses. Okay. Now here what is going to happen, because it is converging, the rays will come and meet at one point like this. And here in this case what is going to happen, the rays will come till the aperture and then it will diverge, because the basic nature of concave lens is diverging. So it is diverging like this. Okay. But when the rays diverge like this, what exactly we do? We extend the rays in the backward direction so that somewhere here we get the image. So here in this case the focus is here, and here in this case the focus is here. So now again going back to the definition, point on the principal axis where all parallel, see these are parallel rays, all parallel rays meet, or we also can say or appear to meet. Why I have said appear to meet? Because for a concave lens it will always appear to meet to give you the image. So that is known as a principal focus. And what is again important over here, always mention that only the parallel rays will go and meet on the principal focus. Any other ray which is moving here and there at any certain angle, they will not pass through the focus. Again, what is principal focus? It is a point on the principal axis where all the parallel rays meet. Here exactly they are meeting. or appear to meet, like here in this case appear to meet, to give you the image. So that's the principal focus. Now the last one that we have to talk about is the focal length. Now what was focal length in case of mirror? It was nothing but it was distance from pole to focus. Now here in case of lens we do not have pole. What do we have? We have optical center. So how to define focal length? The distance from optical center to the focus is known as the focal length of the lens. Now again here I am going to mention something that is going to help you out at the end. Now let's say I have two lenses. I am taking same convex lens, but the two lenses are varying in case of the thickness. Okay. So now what is going to happen? Okay, fine. We'll do it here only. I am going to keep my object this side because otherwise I will not be able to draw the diagram properly. In case of this lens, this is a aperture and here this is the aperture. Okay. Now if I am keeping the object this side, why I am keeping the object this side? Because I don't have space. Otherwise always make it a point that you are keeping the object on the left hand side, because it becomes easy for you to draw the ray diagrams. You can keep it the other side also, because basically it is a transparent medium. You keep it here or keep it there, it doesn't make any difference. But it's always better to keep the object on the left hand side. So here I have kept it over here. The reason being I don't have space on the board. So now if I have two lenses, these are two lenses, both are convex lens. So if the ray will go from here, it has to bend. Okay, refraction will take place. Now here, because this is thick, there will be more refraction because there is more area. So what will happen? The refraction or bending will be more, and finally the focal length that you will be getting for this lens will be less. Now let's say this is the optical center. So basically this is the focal length that you are getting. Okay, I hope you have understood. The thicker the lens, the more the area for refraction, the more will be bending, and the more will be bending, the rays will meet very close to the lens itself. Whereas contrary in this side, if the ray is coming like this, now the lens is very thin and the area for refraction is, or the surface for refraction is also less. So what will happen? It will bend. Obviously it will bend, but it will pass through quickly because there is not much of an area for refraction to happen in this case. So now if you see, let's say this is the optical center. Now you very clearly can see that in this case, the focal length is bigger as compared to this one. So what I meant to say is that focal length for a thinner lens will be large, whereas the focal length for a thicker lens will be small. Why? Because more bending is happening here, whereas less bending is happening at this point. I hope all the definitions are clear to you. We started with what exactly is the center of curvature. We did principal axis, we did optical center, then we did aperture, then we did focal length and principal focus. So this is a terminology that we are going to use for lenses, both for convex as well as concave.